Heresy is coming. Heresy is coming. Heresy is coming.
Always Games Workshop.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Amasec and Archaeotech with me, Mitch.
And me, Ched. Hello, everyone. I hope you are all well and enjoying this melting heat. You're either outside or inside painting, just with a fan.
Yes. I've heard many people say they can't even paint in this heat.
Dried up. It dries up on the brush straight away.
It does. Lack of fortitude, that's what I say.
Stiff upper lip.
Yes, exactly. If you haven't already noticed or been living under a rock, Heresy is coming. And unless Coca-Cola shuts down in the next 30 seconds, it's coming. When is it coming, Ched?
2-week pre-order on the 12th of July.
So when we release this, which hopefully should be Monday, all going well, it should be available for everyone. The gates are open.
So it's the box with everything in it. By everything, I mean the rule book, which is available separately. Then you've got the Liber books for each army. And you've got the journal, the Liber Tactical Journal.
Oh, yeah.
And did I see a box of Mark II Marines as well, I believe, is available?
You did, yeah. A box of Mark II. And also don't forget, the most precious and important item is the black and white map that they try and sell you with every new edition.
And then the kind of the cool leather map for the Vengeful Spirit.
Yes. Which I'll be trying to pick up because I started collecting them and now I have to keep collecting them, and that's basically just a tax on my soul, really.
It's a trap.
Yes, indeed. So very exciting stuff. We're just dropping this in because we went to an event. We went to the Novus Incursion, which was a doubles, 3,500 point over the weekend. It was run by the lovely people at Heresy Hammer. Did you have a nice time, Ched?
I did. I had a lovely time. It was in primary school, which brought back many memories of being in primary school myself. The same sort of gym equipment that seems to have not gone out of fashion yet. And just that varnished floor smell.
Yep.
But it was very cool.
Small tables.
Yeah.
Very small tables. Not as in the size of as in the height wise.
Yeah.
They're for children.
It wasn't less than 6x4, yeah.
No. They're for children, and the chairs are for children, and we're not the smallest of people.
And your children's children, and your children's children. They're just sat there all the time. The kids are playing Warhammer.
Yes, all the time. That's what I assumed. Obviously, we just walked straight in. That's what I gathered.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's Warhammer school, right?
Exactly.
And at certain points, I did feel like I was being taken to school.
Yes, well, we'll get on to that. But it was good fun. I also had a good time. It was lovely to meet people. Very well run, I have to say.
Yeah.
Had a bang up lunch. If you ever go on their events, I would highly recommend paying the buffet fee. You definitely get your a few plates worth for sure. A lot of food.
Absolutely.
And yeah, it was damn good fun. So the event was a narrative event. It was us fighting as the loyalists, or trying to recapture an ancient agri / multifunction star platform across 8 domes. It originally sided with the Emperor when Horus's treachery was finally revealed. However, it then promptly voided a lot of the loyalists it had into space. A lot of solo auxilia, as is always the way, get the brunt of all this jazz. And a mystery fleet arrived who turned out to be none other than Wordbearers.
Absolutely. Erebus reared his ugly head again.
As he's wont to do. A little absolute shit. So, as a part of that, obviously, the Loyalists couldn't have that stand. Some big old agri platform. Can't be having that. So, we invaded and tried to take it back as a Loyalist force. That's the setup. We had a really cool little video, some voiceover work.
Yeah, loved it. Loved all that. It was very immersive. I don't know who they got doing the voice for it, but that was very cool.
I reckon it might have even been AI, That's just a complete, absolute wild guess. It was very well done either way. I enjoyed it a lot. So we had that set up, and then we were straight into it. And it was the first. Obviously, we had 4 games, two per day, which was nice. I am very much a fan of the two game system. Per day system. I know there's quite a few people who don't like it. What's your opinions on that one, Ched?
No, the 2 days fine. It's chill. We've done the Skull of Thrones, and that has been just a little bit. It's one more game, but it really does make a difference.
Yeah.
And I think the two a day is absolutely fine. It's a lot more chill. It's a lot more mentally. It's not draining. It doesn't drain me out at all. So I think 2 games a day is great. Just the right pace, really.
Yeah, it was about 3 hours a game, so we had some time to chat to people as well, which was, what this whole thing's all about. So that was nice. And then a decent chunk for lunch if you wanted to go a little bit longer in your second game. And then, get chatting to people as well. So, yeah, I think it was, I prefer them. I think 3 games, as I said, as just alluded to, is just, your brain is absolutely fried afterwards.
If it was just a 1-dayer and 3 games, I think is fine. But for a 2-dayer, 4 games, it's enough. It's enough to do some cool stuff.
So, should we go into our first game?
Let us not delay.
So, our first game was against some lovely opponents, Rob and Jacob. Rob had some Iron Warriors and Jacob had some Mech. Now, Iron Warriors, we fought them once before, I think, maybe?
I fought them before at the last Iridani event, and the +1 strength to shooting is, very effective. It packs a punch.
And very popular in this event, as you will soon find out.
Mm.
The mission for this one was to secure the beachhead. So this is the Lawless just arriving, just docking, assaulting the station and grabbing what they can. There was 3 objectives that we had to keep our men on, basically, to score. The traitors just had to kill us. So it was asymmetric. In fact, almost all of these games are asymmetric, which I haven't really had that much experience. We've had a few games, I think, up in the Iridani events. We both got reactions. We both got 2 reactions each, whichever where we had it. So basically, it was like having 2 people playing. It wasn't. We've played other ones where you have like there's one Supreme Warlord and he needs to die to basically score the point. So you need to kill both Warlords to score that Warlord secondary. And we both get to use our second reaction if and when we wanted, which did make it sort of a bit more when it came to certain things you're doing, because you just know there's another whole set of reactions depending on what army you're targeting. I found anyway, so that was interesting. So we had to secure the beachheads, as I say, 3 objectives. We had to hold them. We had one in the middle that was a giant rock, which we used because it was basically where the objective had to be, and then 2 either side of us. The 2 either side of us were closer to our deployment zone, so we had a better chance to go. Did we go first on this, Jed?
Not a single game.
Nope, not a single game. Okay, so we did not go first. So yes, they aggressively pushed out, took the denied the first objective, which was in the middle, and then had the other 2, which we just managed to grab some on. But yeah, the Iron Warriors force that had some las cannons in it that were particularly, well, they did okay. Saw some siege tyrants as well, so that was interesting to see sort of how they work.
With their flood of crack missiles coming at you. Blot out the sun.
They did, yeah. And they took out some of my tanks, but my tanks kind of just slowly whittled away, but it's a lot of points to make their way through. So I guess, actually, apologies, we should probably quickly explain what armies we took.
So I took Salamanders, 1750 points, and I had a Despoiler squad, 15-man, a 14-man tactical squad, just to get the points in, Apothecaries with these, and then a command squad with my Praetor. They all had jump packs. They did not a lot all tournament, really. Then it was the 5-man las cannons squad for me, and the dreadnoughts, the Leviathan with the 2 storm cannons, and the Contemptor with the melter.
And I had 1750. I had Solar in the Iron cohort, or the Iron cohort. So I had 2 units of 10 Solar, the Legate Marshal with all the gubbings to keep him alive, with 5 life wards as well to try to keep him alive. And then I had 12 Phalanx as well. So hopping around and doing stuff. First time using them, so that was good fun. and then a Lehman Russ squadron with a command tank, all with vanquishers, and that was me. So yes, across the board, we were actually quite small on model counts, weren't we? Really, as in unit counts, I should say.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely, which maybe didn't always work in our favour, but yeah, that was good. We were high points costed. I would say my MVP was the Leviathan because I don't think he actually died in any game.
Yeah, I think that's probably the same. Mine probably are the vanquishers, to be honest, because they do a lot of work for what they need for their points. I mean, they are expensive, but they definitely do work. So continue to be good dreadnought hunters. Cool. So back to this mission then. Iron Warriors against Mech. The Iron Warriors were on the right hand side, Mech on the left hand side. As they were coming towards us, I was on the right hand side. Ched was kind of more middle to left. Is that right, Ched?
No, other way around, mate. You were on the left, I was on the right. So I had the bulk of the Iron Warriors coming at me, and you had the bulk of the mech. So it was a bit of a mech off.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I was dealing with the Iron Warriors. So we were sort of repping the new edition. We were being the poster childs.
It was a close game.
I thought it was, yeah, it was close, actually. It was closer than we thought. After weathering the storm of the turn one fire.
Yeah. It was close for quite a few turns, and then it kind of just tipped over the edge when we just basically secured what we could, and then we just had to hold on whilst we kept being shot at. It'd also been a while since you'd played, and I'd only played semi recently, so it was really nice to actually have such great opponents who were chill, there to have a fun time.
Yeah, patient with us.
And patient, yeah, especially with some of us going like, wait, does this do this? Does this do this? But
yeah,
no, it was very good. So it was a loss for the traitors on this for us. It was also a loss for the it was a loss for the loyalists for us in this game, and it was a loss for the loyalists on this round as well. So moving on to our second game, we went on to Iron and Mech, and this was with Billy and Alistair. Billy for Iron Warriors and Alistair for Mech.
So basically the same thing again. Lots of different units though, so it did have a different feel.
Yeah, definitely.
What was that tank called? The Medusa? No, the Minotaur. It was like a double basilisk thing. That's a legacy tank that was very cool. Not very effective, but very cool.
It's giant as well. It's huge.
Yeah, massive. It was great. Oh, is it Lord of War then?
I don't think it's a Lord of War. Maybe I really don't know. It's not something I've ever looked at. Alistair, I don't know if he was either just had never played Mech before. I mean, that was the case. He was playing Mech for the first time.
I think I remember him saying this was his third game of Heresy.
Oh, well, okay, third game of Heresy. So he's been in the hobby for a long time, doing 40k stuff, maybe even 1.0. I'm not too sure.
AT as well.
AT, he was a big AT fan. He's done loads of AT stuff. Really, really cool models he put together, and some awesome camo he'd put together for. I think it was Solar Auxilia. Yeah, it was Solar Auxilia, an awesome tank regiment based off of the 60s British camo. I think it was in Germany, which was very cool. But yeah, he was making his way through the list. I think Billy had created a little like cheat sheet for him. I had all his notes and all his sort of profiles on there. But they were both really good fun. And the mission was we had to escort a servitor off the map, and we had to do it across the longer edges of the table. And we started in the middle, and the traitors have started either side. So it was basically like an ambush mission, I would say. Is that right, Ched?
Yeah, similar. Definitely.
It was either Mech on the right or Iron Warriors on the left. And either way, my Lehman Russes were going to have their bums to someone. It wasn't actually, he did one or two tanks, and then it took Billy's Iron Warriors to finish him off. So poor Alistair did fluff some really bad rolls. Like, he should have absolutely annihilated me because he had two Mech Kratos Vanquishers as well. They're like the anti-armor ones, and he fluffed all those rolls. So I was expecting to be dead already, and I managed to survive. So although they all died by the end of turn one, or if not, they had one tank left for turn two, they took a lot more firepower to kill than was expected. And the servitor moves at the end of our turn. A bit of a weird one with how the rules worked, but it's the end of your turn. You almost had to create a 2-inch corridor before you view your men to move the servitor off the edge of the board. We had to get it off. If we couldn't get it off, you lose the game.
5 points for the traitors to keep it on the board, but we could score a point for downloading it, downloading the information off of it every turn. However, if we got it off, it's auto win. So yeah, it was all about trying to get it off, but we got some points for downloading it. I think it was turn 4. They managed to get rid of the last unit in the way, so we couldn't get it off the table.
Very cool. Phalanx on Phalanx again. Trying to survive.
I'd like to play that mission again. I think I'd like to. Maybe you and I could do it when we've got the new edition and recreate that one, because I thought that was quite cool.
Yeah, it was quite an interesting one.
I do have a little servo skull model as well somewhere, so I'll paint that for it.
There you go. Perfect. You weathered a hell of a lot of fire as well. Wasn't it like one like infantry squad that just wouldn't die?
Yeah, my tactical squad took a lot of fire and managed to survive for a bit longer than they should. But then there was sort of 14 of them, and they had an apothecary, so they could take all the sort of bolters, because he had Billy had rapiers with heavy bolters in it, so they could weather that.
To be honest, I was surprised. I was going to say I was surprised at how much firepower and effective firepower those heavy bolters could come at you with. To be honest, considering they're like the standard stuff for the rapiers, they weren't too shabby at all. To be honest, I mean they absolutely decimated my auxilia, but that's to be it's AP4 and they're 4+ save, so of course it will. They just get removed by heavy bolters as they should. Stupid humans, but yeah, really interesting to see stuff I hadn't really seen before, which I think was really cool, both on the mech side and on the Iron Warriors side. I think that was really interesting to see a different lists.
We should probably talk about day 2 now.
Yes, day 2. Bit of a shock to the system, wasn't it? On day 2, first game.
Yes, because we were given the news that due to the traitor interference, we'd actually been split up amongst our teams, and we were given a different partner to play the next game with, which I thought was quite interesting, actually.
Yeah.
I ended up with Mark, who had Raven Guard. And who did you have, Mitch?
I had Matt. I was with Matt, who had the Emperor's Finest, the Banana Boys, the Custodes.
Oh, nice. How was it working with them?
Yeah, they it was interesting. So I'll roll into it. My game was against Iron Warriors again and Sons of Horus, because I faced Rob again. So from the first game, with his Iron Warriors, he set up in basically the same spot. So I was like, we were both laughing at how how we've got to know each other's tactics at this point. And Liam, who had a Sons of Horus army as well. Matt's whole shtick is just basically run at them and kill them if you can, and that I think is Custodes' full stop. Really, he had very little to almost no shooting whatsoever. I think he had 2 Telemons. Both of those had shooting capabilities, but only sort of not great, as in like 1 gun each. One had like a las cannon that had all the profile of a las cannon, but didn't have the AP of a las cannon, so it had AP3, which is a strange thing. So yeah, it was interesting to see how they worked, but they basically just needed to get there. And Rob's stuff was as was before, so Siege Tyrants and so is it Domitars, who are the normal Terminators of Thunderhammers. Then Liam's was interesting because he had he had a Xiphon Interceptor, which is the first time I've ever seen a flyer.
Oh, yeah. How was that?
That was really cool to see how they work. To be honest, when you haven't got a whole board full of the interception reaction, because not a lot of... I had hardly anything with the... Is it Augury Scanner you need for that?
Yep.
I only had 2 squads that had that, and that was my Solar guys. And yeah, if they don't have that, you got here on a 6. And it's not... It was more survivable than I was expecting, which is cool, because you actually got to be able to do something. Didn't come on till turn 3, but when it did, came on, took out a tank, I think, and then absolutely murdered my marshal, who was on his own after his squad had been taken out, and he had fought against a big blob of tactical marines. So got strafed to death, which was quite funny, but very cool to see. I also got to see the full destructive capability of a 10-man squad of Volkite Culverins.
Ooh.
They might be the most effective unit in the game in terms of the sheer amount of firepower and the consistency to wound you can get out of it. It is bonkers. They were just deleting my phalanx as we went.
Goodness.
Yeah. And this mission was all about deleting things because you just scored victory points for every unit you killed. I guess the one benefit we had was that for both me and Matt, we didn't have a lot of units. So there was limits on how much we could score. Negative of that is that obviously the more they take, the less capability we have to score back. So it was pretty even all the way through up until it really wasn't. And then the tables turned and we got pretty trounced by the end, but it was still a good game. My Liam and Russ managed to try and run over a Lamb Speeder, is it? The Javelin? The bigger one. What's the big one? It's like a couch. The Javelin?
Yeah.
Didn't in the end. And Liam used the advanced reaction to Death or Glory.
Oh, yes.
And managed to get it off, which basically popped the last wound on the Vanquisher. So, but a very thematic moment, because if I'd done it, he would have, it could have been a point either side there.
Nice.
And the amount of Vanquisher times that my Vanquisher should have died but stayed alive was very frustrating, I think, to Liam, but very fun to see. So, very cool.
Nice. So my game, Mark and Raven Guards, and then we were against Alistair with his mech from our previous game, and then Johnny with his Night Lords, and I was set up against Alistair. Then, because Mark's Raven Guard were mostly deep strike, I took the Storm of Fire in the first turn. Got my Contemptor was double C-beamed off the table straight away.
Oof.
Then it was shoot a lot of to-ing and fro-in between me and Alistair, but there was night fighting, so he had a few things that were out of range, and then I kind of slowly moved up the board and ended up sort of doing a bit of a switcheroo where I kind of held things back, allowed Alistair to move forward, then used my reaction to move closer because I was a bit more fighty. Then Mark just came in with his Raven Guard and absolutely swept house with the Night Lords on the other side of the table. Like, they were so involved with each other. But Sevatar was there and he kind of lasted till the end, but fell right at the end. And we did actually win that game on VP in the end.
Wow.
But there was a tank squadron. There were 2 Vindicators with the lasers on them that I managed to get my Despoiler squad all the way to the other side of the table and get them involved because nothing was shooting at them. I'd gone up the middle and the Night Lords were distracted with all the Raven Guard amongst them. And then, Alistair with his mech was mostly shooting at me. He had a vendetta against my Leviathan from the last game. So he was throwing everything at it, but that allowed me to kind of sneak around in other ways.
Awesome.
But it was a fun game. It was yet again Mechanicum, but also demons.
Yeah,
the mech army was very different. It was painted brilliantly. It was painted in all these Rogue Trader era wild colors, Imperial robots.
Like polka dot-esque. It was
very cool. Of course, this is all a bit bonkers. Nurgle demons were really cool. There's some great printed sort of frog brutes that were great to play against. Very well painted from them both. And it was a diagonal deployment, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then what we were trying to do, stop the ritual. So we had to kind of hold points in each quarter. And then it was kind of slogging against that.
Yeah, well, because thematically speaking, what had happened was we'd consistently lost. The Loyalists had consistently lost, and they rejoined their units. And in the final game, basically they'd Alucarded us. Is basically what happened there. And for those who aren't familiar with Dracula, it was an 8-pointed dome, which doing connected.
Yeah.
My God, this is a.
Yeah. Wait a
minute. That's a Chaos Emblem. So, yes, Alucard backwards is Dracula. Yeah, absolutely creased me when I read the beginning of this. Yeah. Anyway, so yes, turns out it was all a pentagon to begin with. Not a pentagon, a
Eight
oh
pointed
god, what is it?
star.
An 8-pointed star. There we go. So yes, we had to capture it. So yeah, and it was good to against demons. What happened, Jed, in this game?
We got mullered, but it was. I mean, it was fun. It was fun, interesting game. Demons are hilarious. There was some really awkward stuff that they could do, which disrupted us quite a lot. But we got stuck in.
Yeah.
We got a few points. I don't think it was. It was close though, right? Wasn't it? It wasn't, or was it?
No. Oh no.
Oh, okay. No. Oh, that was our worst one. Okay.
They got first turn, but they got it because no dice roll thematically because the loyalists had lost the last round, so they were going to go first. We couldn't seize. Russell, and apologise, Russell and Peter, if these aren't your real names. It was the last game. Thank you so much for organising it as well. It was really nice to be able to play both Mech and Demons as the last game, potentially for 2.0. Yes, and it was a load of Phalanx that were zooming around the board to capture all the objectives and deny ours. And then Russell, on his first turn, ran out and then basically spewed a load of demons on the very first objective. Remember those?
Ah, yes.
Whatever they were, like Nurgling things that denied us to have that. So we didn't score until like turn 2.
Yeah.
And by that point, the objectives each turn was getting worth more VP. So the longer the game went on, the more objectives you had.
It was the same value as the turn number.
Yeah, it was fun. It was just, and poor you, mate. You couldn't save a leadership role to save your goddamn life, could you?
No, my leadership rolls were terrible. I was running away all over the place.
Yeah, like a whole squad's just dissolving in front of the demons.
I was rolling high when I wanted to roll low.
God damn it! Exactly, Alucard backwards.
Yeah.
The winds of change, as they say. But no, really, it was very cool. I got to absolute vanquisher the crap out of a sovereign and delete him from my existence for a few turns.
Ah, yes. A lot of Thallax shenanigans.
Yeah, a lot of zooming and backwards, forwards, and blinding. A lot of blinding going on. Everyone was blind at one point. It was very cool. Yeah, a very fun game. If even though we got slaughtered, it was still fun.
Yes,
and that's the best thing about Heresy, I think. Is, even when the chips are down and you're getting absolutely mullered, the general fun of the environment and the people you're with is what you're there for.
Definitely. It was nice to meet new people, and it was nice to have some great games. It's really cool to have some fun interactions, and yeah, now looking forward to the same thing again with the new edition.
So if you can keep in score, you've discovered that the traitors won every single round of this, and at the end they had maintained the ritual, and the space station is in traitor hands. So ready to be boarded, I'm sure, in 3.0.
Yeah.
A great event. I would highly recommend going to one of the Heresy Hammers if you haven't already.
Definitely.
Well put together. Really nice people. Jed, what was your favourite army from the people we played against?
From the people we played against, I think the Mech and the Demons was, I think, my favourite one, just because I'd never played against the Demons before in that way.
I think the same, actually. Yeah, I think the same. I think it was just a cool little combo. They were, both Russell and Peter, really good fun, really knew their stuff, especially for the last game as well. You kind of not sit back, but, you could rely on their knowledge and sort of, helping you out as well with different stuff, not knowing what demons do. So they're very open in how they played, which was really cool.
Yes, 100%, which was nice.
Cool.
I am absolutely melting now in this heat. So before I become my own paint water, I will say fare thee well.
Au revoir. Adieu. Auf Wiedersehen.
My quote today is from Culvain Histarius of the Death Guard. In the embrace of the great Nurgle, I am no longer afraid, for with his pestilential favour, I have become that which I once most feared, death.
One, two, three. Heresy is coming.
Heresy
is coming.
Oh, this.
Heresy is coming. Yeah, there was quite a lag.
My quote is from Culvain Histarius of the Death Guard. Why can't I say death?
Raining death!
Raining death! Hold on! I'm on Yahoo! Ugh.
What the hell?
Why is that a search engine that's happening to me?
You've gone through the warp here, mate.